Everyone from everywhere. Thank you so much for joining us. We're pretty excited. This is Dina, who is our amazing ride partner in, the southern part of New Zealand on the Glenorchy Back Country Ride. We've been partnered with her for how long's it been, Dina?
We've just started our 8th season.
Amazing, amazing. So just some housekeeping stuff first. So I'm going to ask Dina some questions about the ride so that everyone here, you guys have obviously very excited on this, edge of your seats because your ride will be starting this season. We just thought it'd be a wonderful way to be able to, have an understanding of the ride, packing, transfers, just a little snippet so that you feel prepared. Because as we know, horse riding holidays have their own nuance. It's not like going on a beach trip where you just pack a bikini. So Dina's going to give you some information, and then I've got Rowie, my beautiful colleague, in the chat who's going to answer any of your questions as Dina and I talk, and then at the end we'll have a Q&A as well. So please, everyone, feel free to ask any questions. Can everyone in the chat just tell us where they're tuning in from and maybe what departure date they're booked on, which is just super exciting. You can see already a glimpse of how beautiful Glenorchy is because you can see Dina's background in her. It's like the most amazing, untouched, pristine part of the world that I've ever traveled to, and this is a really special ride. So wow, so we've got people from Florida, Sydney, Brisbane, California, Wisconsin. Look at this, Dina, it's so amazing. Mornington Peninsula, Coffs Harbour, California, Sweden, Florida, just absolutely amazing, guys. Melbourne. This is a trip of a lifetime, and we're so excited. Dina's been going for 8 years, literally based on reputation. Her rides sell out, and it's testament to her and her team. I guess I'll start, Dina, by asking you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background, your beautiful horses, and your guiding.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. It's really nice to meet you all. I've been in tourism for 35 years now, so I think I've got it down packed and pretty much can handle most things that get thrown this way. It started off 12 years with dolphin swimming, so the world's rarest and smallest dolphin. And I think I've just made a career with introducing people with animals. It's just a perfect scenario for me for my life. Then came down to Glenorchy. I've been here for 21 years now. So I started with the horse trekking with 7 little horses that weren't quite fast enough on a racetrack and a little tin shed.
Wow.
And just worked with relationships with everyone that's in this area. So we now ride on 2 different sheep stations, the smallest being 37,000 acres. And we just have over 100,000 acres to ride on. So it's been great. I've learned a lot along the way, and from our clients and from the horses. So the purebreds don't really make it with us anymore. We need crossbreds. We need horses that are actually bred on these stations here. A lot of the stations will breed a horse that is good with crossing rivers, that actually can swim, because not all horses can. That can, climb the side of a mountain or slide down a bank and be, committed to do it. So level-headed, crossbred with usually like a Clydesdale. There'll be Gypsy Cob, there'll be Welsh Mountain Pony, there's standard breed in there as well. There's the quarter horse is another one. So a lot of crossbreeding goes on, but we end up with a beautiful horse that's well boned, good muscle, and has a brain between his ears to be able to get out of situations.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's Dina, what they say when they say it's just a trail horse. You never say that, because trail horses are the bravest, most forward. Anything they throw at, anything you throw at them, there's never a question asked. They just go. And I think that is 100% your horses.
Yeah.
Just asking for our guests. So you've told us a little bit about the breeds. How do you match horse to rider? Because that is obviously, as you know, is so important and tricky, and its personality and, its height, weight, size. How do you do it? Let me know.
It is. Well, first and foremost is the information that is given to you, Kate. I would like to see our clients give you a biography of their horse history, someone who's gone through pony club and into eventing and, has retired from that and is just wanting to do trail rides. That's a different person to someone that has just has ridden on the farm and, hasn't ridden for a while and then wanting to come back into it. So a real biography of your client's history is foremost of how we actually add it all up. Just saying that you want a sure-footed horse doesn't really say anything to us, because all our horses, that's what we, are sure-footed. So more of a real history of right back to the childhood is really, really important. And then, of course, there's the weight aspect of it. And then also in that biography that we get from you, we can kind of pick up a personality, someone who is gone eventing, jumped into hunting and wants to come out on a ride with us, wants a real forward moving horse, where someone who's gone, I've been trail riding for the last 5 years, just want to, to see this beautiful country. They're wanting a stable horse that's just going to have a nice, strong, walk and nice, calm paces. Also, any physical injuries or history that the clients have and they mention them, we definitely take that a lot on board. For someone who has, lost a bit of confidence or, has had a back injury 10 years ago or whatever, that also requires a different type of horse. So a lot of it is so much from the feedback that we, that you get, that we rely on to match up. Just to let you know, we've done our first ride. Our first 5-day ride was last week. We matched up 10 clients to their horses, and we call the first day a training day. So it's where they get to know their horse, get to cross a river. All 10 clients came back on their same horses. So we do a really good job at matching up the clients. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes there's a personality clash or whatever, but that's what that first day is really all about.
I 100% agree. Can you tell me, and I think I'm right, is that you have 2 herds, because your season runs obviously from November right through till March. You have, just so the guests know, so that the horses are, horse welfare, I know 100% is paramount for you. You swap between 2 herds, don't you? So this herd that ran last week will have a break, and that there's a fresh herd starting tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. The maximum any of our horses do is 1 ride every fortnight. All our Globetrotter herd, the whole herd, has the whole winter off. So they have their shoes taken off, dentist done, everything, have the winter off, and then they come back in September, beginning of September, when we bring the herd in and do a big check on them. And also we have all our staff arrive, and then their fitness starts. So we have some good hills and mountains for them it allows the staff, the guides, to get to know the horses as well. So their fitness is so that it peaks, so they can actually, when the first day of the first ride goes out, we're not worried about horses not being fit enough. And
I love that.
And it rolls through from there. So the horses then, the ones that have gone out last week, will have the next 7 days off. And if there's any horses with any showing signs that they need a little bit longer, then we can substitute out. We actually have 45 horses in the Globetrotter herd, so there's a good good choice of horses to be able to get out there each week.
I love that, Dina. No, that's, the most exciting part of starting a ride is meeting your horse. It's like it's Christmas, right? Like it's the best. And then that bond that you form with that horse for 5 days is spectacular. It's just, keeps getting stronger and stronger as the ride goes on, and how much you trust them. And I know for a lot of people it is really nervous if you've never ridden that horse to be able to trust it, but it is a slow burn, and that happens, I know, over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Is it a hands-on ride? Like, for, can you explain to the guests that will be coming, are they expected to help with grooming, saddling, feeding the horses, or washing up? Can you explain that for me?
Sure. I pretty much think it's probably the Kiwi attitude that comes out on our ride. So, in my opening speech, when I welcome everyone onto the property, they're asked to be, they're told that we do this ride as a team. So we
Yeah.
have people, who come singular, or are a couple, or a group of, of riders that are together, but the ride itself, if all 10 clients can come together as a team, you're only as fast as your slowest rider or the slowest
So,
horse.
yeah.
So when we get to the farm, we always say, you're here as a team. And that goes with the guides as well. There's 3 guides out there. So 13 people make this ride work.
Yeah.
And if you see a guide rushing around trying to get all the feeds for the horses, pop in and say, look, do you really want to have, do you want a hand,
Yeah.
if the guide's, cooking, and you just see
Yeah.
spaghetti going everywhere, it's not, it's harsh, but it's a team effort. And
Yeah.
when 13 people, make this trip work, it's because 13 people have been in there hands-on with it. But it's not an expected thing. It's not something you have to do.
No.
We
Yeah.
prefer to saddle the horses in the morning, or to
Sure.
check the gear, just to make sure everything's all right. So that's more of a safety side of it. But certainly, just enjoy, and it's a full experience. So it can be as hands-on as our clients want it to be.
Absolutely. I love that. And what does food look like? Because the food on your ride is
Ooh.
amazing. Like, honestly, it is,
Yeah.
for being so remote. I don't know how you do it, but can you explain what lunches look like, what breakfast and dinner generally looks like?
Sure. I've actually got the menu here, but just
Good.
off, yeah, just offhand, every morning, big solid breakfast. So it'll be bacon and eggs, pancakes, all of those types of things. There's also a continental breakfast offered as well. So if you're a cereal person, there's options there. For our lunches, pretty much we have we put out a buffet, and you make
Yeah.
your own sandwiches, or and you choose what you want to take in your lunch with you. We don't come back to the camps for lunch, so they're packed in a lunchbox into your saddlebag, and that's with you, where we stop somewhere really beautiful,
Beautiful.
hitch
Yeah.
the horses, and have a bit of time off the horses and have lunch. And then our dinners are incredible. It's everything from lamb shanks, pork
Yeah.
chop, lamb chops. We can have steaks. We've got
Yeah.
lasagnas, and everything with it. We have caterers that prepare all our food for us. So all our dietary requirements are well catered for. The people that actually, we try very much to bring in other businesses from Glenorchy. So we're very
Yeah. I
much
love
about
that.
supporting the community. And it's called Mrs. Woolies. Is
Yeah,
our
she's amazing.
caterers.
Well, the whole stories. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're very about organic food, freshly prepared, and they've got some great chefs there. So it's one of my biggest overheads, but it's also what I get told.
Is it? Yeah.
People leave our ride heavier than what they turned up.
They are, yeah, guys, you will. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. This isn't a ride you're going to lose weight, but I think that happy guests are when they're fed well and with lots of
absolutely.
yummy food. And I think you'll 100% have the perfect type of food. And New Zealand's renowned for amazing food. But Mrs. Woolies, you guys will probably drive past the shop when you get to Glenorchy, but the cafe, it is honestly the best food. And I don't think that just because you're remote does it mean that you can't have really good food. And you've got
No.
that like down
Yeah.
pat, Dina.
Yeah, we do actually. we bring the food in fresh every day. So
Yeah,
we have four-wheel
perfect.
drive trucks and a caterer that switches the food in and out every day. So it's as fresh as it can be, and it's beautiful local produce. It's got wonderful.
So good. So
Yeah.
good. And I hope you have good tea and coffee, because, that's really
Yeah, we
important as
do.
well.
We actually have brought in plunger coffees this year. So
Yes.
yeah.
I think that's my suggestion.
Marshmallows with the hot chocolates. We've got it all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good. Can you tell me, Dina, the rhythm of a day, like how that works, what time you get up, like the rhythm of just an example of one of the days, of the
Yeah.
moving days?
Sure. So we are about slowing down and actually taking in the environment that you've got around you. Now, our area, as big as it is fairly untouched by humans. So it's absolutely stunning,
Yeah.
The first day up, so I'll take the Wednesday, which is one of the favourite days
Yeah.
for the clients. So
Yeah.
you'll wake up and you've got literally a glacier in the background, mountains all
That's
around you,
amazing.
and a waterfall just at the back of the camp. So we usually have breakfast around about 8 o'clock. So you can roll
Mm-hmm.
around into breakfast at 8,
Yeah.
and then breakfast is normally over. You'll then go and pack your lunch, so you'll get your lunch all sorted and into your lunch boxes. And at the same time that breakfast is happening, there's actually one of the guides that snuck away, and she has given the horses their breakfast. They all get a
Mm.
hard feed, and hitching them up, brushing them down, checking them all over to make sure there's no strained tendons or any nicks or anything with them. Make
Yeah.
sure they're all happy. By the time you've got your lunch packed into your lunchbox, head off and you pick up everything that you want to take with you for the day. Now, we have saddlebags
Perfect.
on the horses, which are bigger than what they need to be. They don't need to be full. So
Yeah.
just remember that your horse is carrying you plus what you put in that saddlebag. So,
Yeah.
water bottle, sandfly repellent is a good one to take with you daily. Sunblock
Guys,
is
that's
another one.
really important. Yeah,
Really important.
this, like, and not just a natural bush, like you need DEET for these
Yeah,
sandflies. What's the
yeah,
New Zealand the beautiful saying that the Maori say about the sand, because it was so beautiful that they had to put
yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
they
that
had to.
quote.
Yeah, had to put one thing on the land
Yeah,
to make you actually admire why it's there. So sandflies are only there during the day, but
yeah,
they will give you a bite, and it's very
yeah,
itchy. So
yeah,
definitely make sure you've got a good sandfly repellent. The other
yeah,
thing I really push is sunblock, and we're
yeah,
talking
definitely.
50 plus.
Yeah,
New Zealand has very little ozone layer, and we
yeah,
have the harshest sun. So you don't think you're getting burnt, but within 15 minutes you will be
yeah.
burnt. So yeah, I
So
usually
true.
carry one for my face and then another one, that
Yeah,
I use on my body. So
yeah,
that's another thing. Yeah, so then once you've got all of your things together, don't forget your cameras, because you'll need them.
yeah.
So
Yes,
once you've got
absolutely.
everything together, you'll go over to your horse. If you want to help brush them down, the girls will help saddle. You can help along the way, and you set your saddlebags with everything. We usually roll out of the camps by about 10:30,
Uh-huh.
and then you're gone for the day. So the Wednesday, you're riding up literally an untouched valley. So you're on a big valley
Beautiful.
floor. You're riding towards the Earnslaw Glacier. It's up in the mountains, but if the sun's out, you've just got this turquoise ice that you're just looking
Amazing.
at. It's incredible. And we ride up to a place where we've got a big rock chasm. So off your horses, we have lunch up there. Then you're going to take your saddles off, and if you want to swim in probably about 20 million year old glacial water on your
Guys, you
horses,
have to do this.
you can go
Honestly,
for
it's the best thing I've ever done, ever. And the current,
it.
like, it is like, it's cold, but it doesn't matter. You
Yeah,
have to do it
yeah,
regardless. It is
yeah.
the most amazing thing I've ever done on a horse, and I've done some pretty amazing things. It's
Yeah, I
my
always
favorite
say
part.
that if you do the swim, I mean, it is I mean, it's ice cold water.
Yeah.
It'll take 10 years off your body.
Yeah. Yeah. Who needs Botox? And when you've
Exactly.
got
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
like, honestly, I agree. No, it is my favorite day. And how many hours generally before lunch and then after lunch riding? Generally.
Usually about probably 3 either
Yeah.
side.
Perfect,
Yeah.
guys.
And
Yeah.
like places like when you're up in the rock chasm, you don't have to swim,
No.
and what I think what our ride does too is, for our riders, it pushes your boundaries.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you a kick in the pants, but if you want to push it, you can. We have clients that have never ridden bareback. We've had
Yeah.
clients that have never swum a horse,
Yeah.
so all of these things are just little things that can, you come back exhilarated because you've
You
done
do.
something you've never done in your
Yeah.
life,
It's bringing your inner child out again,
Yeah,
the stuff that you didn't get to do. And don't forget, everyone, these horses do it all the time. So it's not as if you're jumping on,
Yeah,
your show jumper and trying to bareback and swim in a river. These horses
yeah,
do it all the time. So
yeah,
it is, or you can be the chief team photographer and take photos and videos if you don't
absolutely.
feel comfortable. So that's
Yeah,
also a really lovely way of being part of it. Kit wise, we did touch on it. Do you have any kit there, Dina? If
I
not, don't worry.
do. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just going to move you around because I've got it
okay,
all
cool.
set up. So,
Because I think everyone loves to be prepared. So can you just
yeah.
go through some of your kit?
So, guys, we will have the saddlebags already hooked up onto your saddle, and then you just literally have to put in on the first day what it is that you want to put in your saddlebags. So here's the saddlebag. I'm going to see if I can get it in.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
And go on, I'm
Yep.
bad. You
No,
got
no,
it
I
there?
can see that. Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. So that's
So
the
they're
saddlebag, guys.
20 litres either side.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're well and truly. I'm just going to try and pick it up, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's better.
there
Yeah.
you go. So well and truly, big saddlebags. Like I said, we don't want you to fill them up. Be considerate to your horse. But in that bag, you'll get a lunchbox, a good-sized drink bottle, and a light jacket, weather
Yeah.
jacket. You will need to balance that
Yes.
weight between the two for your
Yep.
comfort of your horse.
Yep.
And then the other thing we do when you arrive with us and we welcome you into the yard, we do a big reset. So you're going to bring your city travel bags with you, and
Yeah.
then what we're going to ask you to do is to take what you want to take on the trip, and you're going to put them into this big bag. Again, I might pick it up because I seem to be more coordinated here. Okay, so this is 100-litre, 100% waterproof bag.
Wow.
And in that bag, everything that you want to take with you on the trip goes in that bag. There's a few reasons for that. The first is I have our wonderful back crew that's working behind you.
Really?
Yes, Gilly, has to carry these bags from A to B, B to C along the way. So it's easier for him if he doesn't have sleeping bags dangling off it, or jackets,
Things get lost.
separate.
Yeah.
So it just keeps your kit all together.
Yeah.
The second reason is we have crazy weather here, and I've been through quite a bit of it in the last month, but this guarantees that your whole kit will stay fully dry. So it's quite practical. And we look after all of your city bags back at the yard. And so when you get back, you just reset your city bag.
Yeah.
From
And
there.
guys, so you can leave anything that's, that you don't need. Like if you've been traveling through New Zealand, or like your stilettos and your ball gowns can stay at Dina's yard.
Absolutely.
And
Makeup, passports, credit
yeah,
cards.
everything's all very secure. Yeah, exactly. And so for me, what I do, knowing that I have to pack in a 20-litre bag, I have those travel capsules so that I don't have undies and, socks and everything flying out when I'm in your yard. It's just, I just go from zip to that. So you just, I think what's also important is dress like an onion. So lots of layers. So because this weather is, as you say, you need your thermals, don't you, Dina, even though it's summer? Yeah.
It was interesting. Just the last crew that have just left yesterday, I actually asked them when they were resetting back into their city bags, is there anything that you took with you that you didn't need?
Yeah.
And the only thing they said was their long johns, their
Long
thermals,
johns.
because
Yeah.
they had a great week. The sun
Yeah.
was shining and it was okay.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing they said they never used.
That's
So,
good.
Kate,
So they felt
your
prepared.
list that you've
Yeah,
got
good.
that you give your clients is great. It's
Good.
absolutely
That's
good.
good. You guys must follow that and make sure. So what do you provide again, Dina? A water bottle? Can you just run through a towel? Can you run through those?
Okay. No, we don't provide water bottles.
Okay, good.
Your clients must bring their own, and that's
Yeah.
mainly, I think it's a throw off from
Yeah.
COVID. So it's just,
That's
we
fine.
used
Yeah.
to do bladders, but then COVID hit.
No,
So
that's
it's
fine. Yeah.
so we supply the 100-litre water bag.
Yep.
And then we will have a dry as a bone. So it's an Outback one. We've gone to they're bright red, but we see you for miles. But they're long, they're waterproof, and they're light, so they work really well.
Okay. That's good.
So we'll supply those and fit those. We can supply riding helmets if you don't want to drag, because I mean they're not an easy thing to drag around country to country. So we do have those there available as well if anyone needs those. What else do we supply?
Do you have towels in the tent?
Yes, yeah. So we supply all the towels.
Just to know, because towels do take up a room. Okay, that's what I thought.
So we have a little thing that you'll find on your bed the first night, which we call the goodie bag. Okay, so in that goodie
what's in the goodie bag?
Actually, this is a good call. So we have a fresh towel. We have a headlamp, so you don't have to.
You do?
Yeah,
awesome,
we do supply.
guys.
Yeah, we have a headlamp in there. We have a sleeping bag liner. Okay, now these have to be used. So for any of you that have never used a liner, it's like a fresh sheet. So it's like a little pouch that goes inside your sleeping bag, and that's just for you. That's so you know that it's all nice and clean and everything. So
perfect.
that is in there. And what else do we normally put in there? I think there's 4 things. Sleeping bag liner, headlamp.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too. That's right, it'll come to you.
It will. I just can't think what that 4th thing is. But
and so guests should take 2 water bottles for the saddlebag. Also, do they have opportunity to fill up their water bottle at lunch, or should they actually take?
Now this will actually is another thing that pushes sort of boundaries with clients is so
I was drinking out of the fresh rivers.
So
I love that.
We can drink all the water in my mountains around here in this valley.
Beautiful.
It's glacial fed, so we have our town really doesn't have chemicals in our drinking water. It's the most beautiful water. So yes, have your drinking bottles with you, and we fill up from side streams, not so much in the river because the river carries everything down, but our side streams are pure water. So
beautiful.
It's we do have bottled water if it's requested. We do have water in containers, big 20, 40-litre containers, if people prefer, that comes from taps. But I really say just experience it. We've never had a case of
I agree.
googly tummy or anything. So yes, definitely they can. And 2 drink bottles is a really good idea. You can balance them on either side of your saddlebag, and you'll never run out. So it's a really good idea.
I think so too. Sunglasses too, guys, because that is also super important.
I will say probably drinking water is something that you have to remember to do. We had one woman that had really big bad heat stroke last year. After doing that Wednesday, she came back and we nearly had to heli-vac her out. So just constantly be drinking water.
Drinking, and some hydrolytes, or if you guys want to pop some hydrolytes in your water bottles as well. It's you wouldn't think you're getting thirsty, but you are. Like it's that ozone layer that's not there. I am going to throw it to the chat. Actually, what we'll do is we'll talk quickly about transfers, but if anyone has any
Oh, yeah.
questions for Dina, you can start putting it in the
Yeah,
chat.
bring them on.
But bring them on. We're ready for you. Hopefully we've covered a lot, but any question, there's never a silly question in my eyes. So everyone, please, ask the question. So just quickly, Dina, transfers, how do they work and who?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when you book the trip, your first night when you fly in is in Queenstown. Now, Queenstown, when you see it, it's a large town, but it's actually very congested because it's refined by the mountains and the lakes. So we do ask, if you're going to book an Airbnb, then your transfer will not be from that Airbnb, because
No.
you'll be up a hill that is so narrow that our wee vans lose their side mirrors and stuff like that. So you will need to come down to the centre of town. But we do pickups between 9 and 10 in Queenstown, and then you've got the most scenic drive. I think it's rated actually one of the top 10
it's so
scenic
beautiful
drives in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we take our time to bring you up from Queenstown to Glenorchy. Takes about an hour. And then once you arrive, we do the transfer. You'll do the ride. On return, you transfer your clothing back into your city bags, have afternoon tea, say goodbye to your horse, which is probably having a bath and having a check over. There's a few tears there. Back onto the bus, and then, because we're not time pressured on the way home, if you want to stop at Mrs. Woolley's, or you'd like to stop at Bennett's Bluff to take that last shot, or if you've booked further out on your way, for the last night back in Queenstown, we can drop you quite easily. We can take our
really
time
nice.
to do that. So it's a nice way to say goodbye to everyone on the way home.
Yeah, guys. So, what's on the day of pickup, everyone? Just to recap. So, as Dina said, if you're at an Airbnb or something that's not central, you will have to get to the central meeting spot. And what's the window? So, is it like 9 till 10 or something?
9
what's
till
the window
10.
that you do?
Yeah.
So don't be concerned if it's like 9:30 and you haven't heard from anyone. Dina is on her way. She's picking up lots of different people. So, but be outside your accommodation or pickup point so that you're there 9 till 10. Like it just is how it works. So you scroll on your phone until she gets there. Same with the drive home. Make sure there are no flights booked. You cannot book a flight on the day the ride finishes, because then it upsets everyone else, and everyone else has to leave earlier for that one person that didn't read the information and know that you have to book your flights the next day. So you need bookend nights in Queenstown prior to the ride starting, and then the day the ride finishes. It's just incredibly important. And that's we can get into questions as well.
It's really, really nice too, because what normally happens is the group have really gelled together, and more than often is everyone goes out for dinner.
Dinner.
Does that debrief,
beautiful.
without us around.
Absolutely. Share photos on WhatsApp, all that stuff. I love that. So Dina, are there power banks for electronics, or should everyone bring their own?
You can do either. So we have access to electricity on the first night and the last night. Okay, the 2 nights up at Arthur's Creek, no, we don't have them. So we have a supply of power banks with us, but to make sure, if 3 people need to use the power banks and we run out. So if you've got a little power bank,
Marcia, I would bring your own.
Yeah, bring your own.
I have them because you need them for travel. It's just they're well priced now. And what else? I personally, long boots versus boots and half chaps. I'm a boots half chaps person. I don't think that long boots take a lot of space up, and then you can whip your half chaps off and go to dinner, and then go to dinner in just your boots or whatever. I just think, would you agree, Dana?
So shoe wise, I like the chaps and the half boots, because what it is, if you have a really hot day and your legs are sweating, you can take your chaps off, you can dry, you can air them out.
Yeah, I
Long
agree.
boots, not
Yeah.
so easy to keep dry. If we go through a
Nah.
river and it, you end up swimming,
Yeah.
or it's rained,
Yeah.
so chaps are a really,
Yeah, I
really good
agree.
idea. And
Yeah.
then make sure too that you bring a pair of, I hate to say it, but Crocs or something like that.
Yeah. Camp
To
shoes.
wear at
Yeah,
the
yeah, I think
camps.
so. Yeah,
Get
I
it, or
agree.
jandals, or we call them
Yeah.
jandals, flip flops, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
To have it one pair that you wear at the camps to give your
Yeah.
feet a breather as well.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah, and lots of
100% agree.
socks. Okay, so
Yeah, lots of socks. Yep, yep.
don't just bring, thinking, oh, 5 days, 5 pair. I would probably put in 7. Like I said, you
Yeah.
can get wet feet during the day, so
Yeah.
feet become a problem when they're constantly wet. And they haven't got a
Yes.
chance.
Yeah.
So look after them.
Yeah.
Have a camp
Yeah.
pair, nice
Good
fluffy pair
advice.
of.
Yes, I definitely agree. With alcohol,
Yeah.
do they buy their own alcohol in Queenstown?
They do. So
Yeah.
I would recommend on that first night, there's so many, I think there's more bottle stores than what there is,
Yeah.
and there's lots of them in Queenstown. Also duty free,
Yeah.
look for a nice bottle of
Yeah.
wine.
Perfect.
So what we do
Yes.
there is we treat that all your bottles like first class travel.
Yeah.
We will gather it all up, and Gilly will make sure that gets into each camp throughout. Should you become a little bit light on the alcohol and would like another bottle of wine or whatever, we have a 24-hour service. So we will have a whiteboard which the guides will take you through each night to describe what's going to happen the next day and what to pack. And on that, the caterer also looks for anything that people are wanting from, resupplies. So it can be a bottle of wine, it could be, Panadol, anything that you haven't got, but you think,
Yeah.
oh, I wish I had,
I
I
love
really
that.
need it. It's a
That's
24-hour
great.
service. So
Did not know that.
our
That's
caterer
cool.
will take that list, will go back into Glenorchy, will buy what he can and have it back up at the camp the next morning. We just run tabs, and then you just pay for whatever when you get back to the yard at the end of the
That's
journey.
so good.
Yeah.
Dina, mounting blocks, or I'm assuming I might answer this, but big rocks,
Yeah.
logs, plenty of places for people to get on. Yeah,
We
cool.
have
Yeah,
mounting blocks that
at the yard.
plastic ones, at the yard, but we're not on flat land, so there's always a nice
No.
big boulder or a river bank or whatever. So if
Yeah,
you're a little
perfect.
short person and you're on a nice big strong 16 hands horse, don't worry,
Yeah,
we'll
you'll be fine.
yeah, we'll find something. Yeah, the girls have got places to go.
And cash, does anyone need cash on them for the trip?
No. So what we
No.
do is when you're packing to come, at the yard with the start of the journey, you leave
Yeah,
purses,
all
wallets,
valuables. Yeah,
passport, all that stays behind. And
yeah,
like I said, we
perfect.
just run that tab, and then we just we keep the receipts, and then just everyone
Yeah,
pays for
great.
what at the end. So we've got credit card, we call it FPOS, so we can take
Yes.
credit cards, debit cards, it's all there.
Yeah, perfect. No, that's good. I think we've covered everything.
Woohoo!
How terrible are the sandflies in January? Do they swarm your face?
Okay, so from experience, I'll give you a little bit
Yeah.
on the sandflies. So from experience, vitamin D, they deters them.
Yes.
So either start taking a supplement a couple of couple of
Great
weeks
tip.
before. Vegemite, Marmite, great. They're eating that's actually high in vitamin D. The sandflies themselves, if you've got fresh water, you've got sandflies. So they
Okay.
can, and different people react different ways to them. We don't have like an allergic reaction to them, but they can be a little bit agitated.
Yeah.
You feel them on your face. They're very
Yeah.
easy to just to smack and to
Yes.
stop. So
Yeah.
I haven't I don't think I've had a client bitten on the face, and the welt, that is not big unless you give it a really good
Yeah, I
big
don't think
scratching.
so either.
No,
Yeah, I agree.
no.
Like, for example, you guys aren't going to be sitting at sunset. You're not going to be in shorts and a singlet because you'll get eaten alive. Like, you'll be
Yeah,
in like long pants, and like it's just actually, I found the most effective was just covering yourself, and then you'd only have to put deep like here and here and here, and you'll be
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Um,
The
questions, showering. Oh, sorry, go.
Yes. Okay. I was just going to say, there's also on this last crew, quite a few of
Yeah,
them had those like
yeah.
you think you get them
Those
for fishing, yeah, for
yeah,
mosquitoes, yeah.
yeah.
And they
Those
just,
gauze things.
if you're
Yeah,
worried, grab one of them. They're cheap. They're
yeah,
like $10, I think, to
yeah,
buy, and go on from there.
yeah.
Showering, yeah,
Yes, please.
we've got something pretty special there as well. So first night we're staying at the sharers' quarters. So there's 2 showers there, flushing toilets. So that's quite, you're all good there.
Wow.
Up at Arthur's Creek, you're there for 2 nights, and we have
Mhm.
gas califont shower up there, and it's there's no roof on it. It's wrapped, but
Beautiful.
you're actually showering, looking and hearing a waterfall in the
So
background. So
cool.
yeah, so
Amazing.
there is showers there, and
Hot
then of
water.
course the last
Perfect.
night,
A
the
paradise.
luxurious paradise, yeah, there's showers all there. So yeah, and all else fails, there's always that glacial fed water
Always the
that you have to
waterfall.
do the skinny dip. Yeah, you have to do it.
Absolutely.
That's one thing.
Good.
You've got to
Oh,
do
you
one
have
dip
to.
in
You
there.
have to. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And types of milk, Dina, just for our
Mm.
dairy free, if you got oat milk or soy milk or
Yes, so we run full fat. We have
yep,
oat milk, and
yep,
if there is anyone that's like lactose intolerant, or
yep.
needs something, just put it on there. If we've
Yeah,
got,
just message us,
yeah,
guys.
like
Yep.
Glenorchy's a small town, but if we know
It's got
about it,
everything.
we can get
Mm.
to Queenstown and
Yeah.
get it. Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. I think that's it. Everyone was so like
Okay.
jamming the questions. Is we've got lots, 42 people on here, and then
Oh,
everyone can watch
brilliant.
the replay too. So,
Yeah.
you guys will be able to see Dina and, see all of her beautiful horses really soon. So, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Dina. So eloquent and,
Yes.
really answered all the questions. So
Yeah. No,
have
you're
an amazing
absolutely fine.
season.
Yeah. I mean, this ride, all I can say is be prepared for anything. You'll take
Yeah.
home everything. You'll have a
Oh,
full
yeah.
heart. Your heart, your life
Yeah.
you'll have lifelong memories, and your perspective of a horse will be extended after you've done
Absolutely.
this
I've
ride.
got
Yeah. So
goosebumps.
just,
It's
yeah,
so
enjoy it.
true.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
that's so good. Thank you, beautiful Dina. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye bye.